Today's episode of Amanda Morrow Bowling is a recap of my Monday Night Scratch League from March 17th, or more widely known as St. Patrick's Day. If you couldn't tell this from my outfit, the tall green socks with the bows. Yes, I like to be competitive, and this is a Scratch League, but I also like to have fun when I bowl, and this is why I love this league, because we always have fun. I tried to throw my Equinox the first couple shots, but it was just too dry tonight, so I decided to switch to my level. I've actually gotten to throw this ball a few times now, and I must say I'm really liking it. It just gives me such a smooth reaction. It's very predictable. It doesn't really ever overreact, which is great when you're bowling on something kind of squirrely. I would rather throw a ball that underreacts and leaves a makeable spare than something that is a little too strong, maybe a little unpredictable, and leaves a big old split. The only thing that can be a little frustrating is when I miss a little in or I throw it too hard and I leave a 5-pin, which I can't really complain about because it's my own fault for not executing a good shot. But like I said earlier, a 5-pin is better than leaving a Greek church. I was really liking the reaction that I was seeing from this ball, and I was finally able to get a few strikes in a row. I obviously did have to move my feet right when I switched to this ball. I was standing on 26 with my Equinox, but I moved to stand on 21 and I was looking at 9 at the arrows. I was able to get the first 2 strikes in the 10th, and then in the last ball, I let up on it a little bit and left a Greek church, but I was still able to finish the game with a 217. I stick with the level for game 2, and my light mixer didn't carry on this shot, and I leave a 7-pin, and then I actually do the exact same thing on my next shot, but I do convert both the spares, so I can't be too mad. I throw this next shot better, and I'm able to kick out the 5-pin. When I'm throwing this ball, I have to make sure that I'm staying behind the ball and that my release is good. If I don't throw it right, that's when I leave the 5-pin. The ball doesn't drive through the pins because of a lack of a good release on my part. I'm getting a little string of strikes and I'm happy about it. The past few weeks I've bowled several tournaments and leagues and my carry has been less than great. It can be a little frustrating, but I'm keeping my head high, I'm practicing, working hard, and I know the pins will fall as long as I keep putting in the work. I leave a 10-pin on this next shot and I was kind of bummed because I really like the shot off my hand, but is what it is, gotta convert the spare. This is where my work on my mental game has really been helping my scores. I used to get so mad when I was bowling bad or not carrying that I would miss easy spares or bowl even worse. I have really been working to move past it, get over the bad breaks or miss spares, and focus on the next shot. My light mixer carries on this shot and I love it. I'm actually really looking forward to having this ball when I bowl nationals this year in Baton Rouge. I feel like this ball is going to be very useful. I strike out game 2 to shoot a 235. It's the start of game 3 and I stick with my level. I do leave another 7-pin, but I'm okay with that. Of course, I always want to carry every shot, but leaving a makeable when it's not my best shot is fine by me. I carry my 5-pin on this shot, so I do a little bit of celebration. Like I said, it's St. Patty's Day, so let's have some fun. I do love that this center has speedometers so I can see my ball speed, and with this one I got way too slow and the ball went too high. I only threw this one like 15.5 miles per hour when I usually throw at least mid-16s. I throw these next 2 shots better, but the one on 15 does come in a little high. Luckily I tripped the 4, but I'm thinking, maybe I do need to make a little bit of an adjustment here. So like I said earlier, we're having some fun because it's St. Patty's Day. That's my girl Shannon being crazy. I love this next shot and it carries, which makes me love it even more. I move my eyes down the lane a little bit on 15 because it seemed to be hooking just a little bit more than 16, but then of course I leave the 10-pin. And then on 16, I leave another 5-pin. I don't even know how many of those I left tonight. Way too many. My 7-pin falls super late on this shot and I was just begging the bowling gods to please let it fall. Thank goodness it did. I carry the 5-pin in my first shot in the 10th, and then in the second shot, I leave a 7-pin. It was a little light. I was hoping it'd fall. I shoot 227 my last game for a 679 series.